Hey everybody, it's me, Garland, the Garlander. Check out my Instagram page. I've come here to give you a status update on the bus. It has arrived, finally.
Looking good, boss. Looking good. Doing good things.
It's been about 5 weeks. I've been trying to get this thing shipped out here, and the problems I was having was the size of the bus and that it was not running. So they were having a hard time dragging the thing up onto their flatbeds. So I had to get a mobile mechanic to go out there and get it started. Thank God it only took a couple batteries and it started right up. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And the fact that the place that it was being stored at, I was able to keep it there for so long without getting charged. So I was also grateful for that. The bus is here, and I'm super excited to start showing you guys around the inside. Take a look. It's a 26 passenger bus. It's about 26 feet long, about 8 feet wide. It's got these cool ass Recaro seats in here. I'm definitely going to restore these and keep them in here. Got the ability to talk to people outside. I can't wait to abuse that. And it's got some pretty cool features. It's got some cool signs, some big windows. I'm looking forward to getting some designs together and turning this thing into my home. I'm going to take you guys outside now. Welcome to Southern California. It is beautiful out. There's the beast. Sitting low. It's a low rider. It's a kneeling bus, so it does run on airbags. I did notice there is an air leak somewhere. I'm hoping that it's just a fitting. But it's very unique. The bus is not a schoolie, which I'm glad. But at the same time, it's going to be a lot of new experiences going on. Back here they have the air tanks. You open up this square compartment here. There's a gas tank on this side. In here, has automatic door, has a ramp in there that drops down. Not too crazy about the color, so I'm sure I will change that. It has a cool sign up there. I'm going to keep that, do some cool stuff on there. You can see the AC unit up above. Gonna take that down, and I'm hoping to put a skylight over the bedding area, so we'll see how all that turns out. So the motor does run really good, or at least I think it does, but the storage compartment and access for it is right under the seat. It's really tight in there. I'm not looking forward to it. It is throwing a code, and there's a light showing up on the dash to shut the motor off. It will shut itself off if I don't, and it will start back up after. Sometimes it'll run for a while without throwing that code. So I don't know if it's some type of oil pressure safety switch that's triggering it or what it is yet, but I got to run a diagnostic on it and find out more information. But there is another access point back here I'm going to open up, and I'm going to open up the ceiling and let you guys take a look at some of the stuff that I'm going to be dealing with. I've almost got this second panel open here. This screw is starting to strip out for whatever reason, and that one's stripping out kind of because it doesn't have good access to it I'm going to remove this seat so that it makes it easier for me to get there, and I'm going to use some drill bits and see if I can drill these suckers out. And boom, the chair is gone. A few bolts later, store it off to the side. Now I'm going to start drilling on these puppies. So the trick here, you get a little stripped out like that. You find a drill bit that matches the size of the existing hole. So you want it to be snug but not where it's dragging on any of the other metal in there. Really all you're doing is you're lining up your drill bit with where the threads are going to be at. You can start off real slow. You don't want your drill bit to get hot. I repeat, you don't want your drill bit to get hot, so you kind of fluctuate the speed. You can move around a little bit, but don't overdo it or you could break the tip. You just work at it and work at it, be patient, and it'll go through. And there she is. Got her all opened up. It's actually a little more promising. I'm able to see a lot more of the motor and the pulleys. Looks like it's going to be a little bit easier to work on it from this side. There was a few things. You see that some wet, looks like oil. I'm going to guess there's a gasket somewhere that needs to be replaced, which is not going to be fun considering the position and location. So the plan is to relocate the electrical and to move the AC unit. That's going to gain me some extra headspace. About 12 inches. You can see the difference between where the panels end and where the ceiling ends. I don't have any space really on the walls to run too many utilities, so I'm planning on building a subfloor in here, and I'll need the extra headspace, so I'll have to plan accordingly. And that won't happen for a while. I didn't know if you guys noticed or not, but the bus is not located in my garage like it's supposed to be, and it did not make that turn. And I will have to remove at least one of my neighbor's fence posts. So I'm waiting to hear back from the owner and hope to get that rolling. I moved the bus today. I was sitting in the same spot for a little too long. I was kind of worried that I was going to get a ticket, and I'm actually surprised that nobody's called it in yet. Right now, just me and Enzo going for a walk. Kind of do our little daily checkup on it, kind of find out new information as I go. I mean, look at this. Like I can have an H2 on the street, why can't I have a bus? Same difference, right? No, but so I was checking out the tire sizes, because the back tires are a lot older than the front tires, I noticed, and the tread life is really good, but there's some dry rot and it's cracking. And I think if I'm looking at the date correct on the tires, they're really old. I think they were like 90s. So I I could be wrong, but it's definitely dangerous, too dangerous to drive on. And the good thing is they're not as expensive as I thought they were going to be. Luckily, the bus only has 4 tires total, so it's 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. Oh, thank you. And sorry, crossing the road. So, yeah, it's a little too dangerous for my liking. Oh, sorry, bud. And I think they were under $200 a tire, so I was pretty pleased with that. I think they were around $160, and it was a Michelin brand, so that's pretty cool. It's good news. Like I said, we're just going to the store. We'll show you the tire conditions when I get back. We're heading back to the bus now. We got our snacks. I'm going to show you the tire. Suspect tires. A little dry rot. I don't know if you'll be able to catch it on the video, but give it a try. But the front ones, they look pretty good. The back ones, so here it is. You can see kind of on the corner there, you had some cracks going on. It's not very good. Let's see if I can try to locate where I thought the date was. So you got the DOT mark, HJ11, CVDX089. Now I think that's the date, 089. I could be wrong. Well, let me know what you guys think. Well, the neighbor who owns the house behind the garage has decided not to let me cut his fence post down. So without doing that, it's going to be very difficult to get the bus into the garage. So I'm going to have to cut his fence post down. Some type of night operation, maybe. I'll keep you posted with some video on that. That should be interesting. How hard would it be to... Well, there's the alleyway right there. He said, how hard would it be to just pull the bumper off? And I was like, holy shit, why didn't I think of that? He's such a smart guy. So thank you, Steven, for the awesome idea. And I'm going to go check this out right now, and we're going to see how hard it is to pull the bumper off. So, it's looking promising. If we get that bumper off, I think we might have a chance of backing that thing into my neighbor's driveway and pulling it forward into the garage. So, the countdown continues. Not really countdown, but we're going for it. I'm going to move the bus out front of my house and do the work in front of the house because it's a little bit closer. I'm kind of a block away right now. So, I'll move the bus, get some cars moved around. Shut up. Vicious dogs. Vicious. Alright, so, see if I can move some cars around. See if I can get that thing off of there. Pull that fucking thing in. Let's get this shit going. Woo! So, got some tools, came back over here, showed you my nifty little wrench. That's exactly what I did. These bolts here are pretty much holding this entire bumper on. You got these little dinky ones over here, but they're not really doing much. They're just holding panels. But the major ones are right there. I don't know if you guys have ever worked on cars that have been in snowy conditions with a lot of salt, but you're going to run into a lot of rusty bolts. You're going to have a lot of broken bolts, a lot of stripped bolts. One tip I'm going to share with you is that before you put a wrench on a bolt, get all of that cruddy shit off of there, because you could put the wrong size socket on the bolt and not even know it. And then when you go to turn it, you strip all of the soft ass metal off the corners of that rusty ass bolt. Here we are. Sun's getting a little lower. Sprayed some of my liquid wrench on there. A little bit of penetrator. We want that to sit for a little bit. I'll spray some on there in a second. But let that sit for a little bit before you try loosening up your bolts. It's going to make it a lot easier. And we're going to try to start this thing up, get it over there. Got some vehicles moved around, and we're ready to go. Got some neighbor help. We're going to get this shit done.
Yeah, I think the nuts might be welded on.
The nuts in the back, yeah. even with taking the bumper off, we're still about a foot away We're now removing the windshield wiper fluid box to see if that gives us a little bit more cutting space. But the problem is we're dragging on the door right here. So we're going to try to Austin Powers it a little bit more after we get this bracket off. And we'll see if that works, hopefully. If not, it's going back on the street. It's about 9 o'clock. I got to get up at 3 for work tomorrow, so that's fucking cool. But let's get it in. Look at this shit. Got the fender off, but hitting the door still. He's gonna grab his truck. He's gonna grab his truck, and we're gonna try to tug the back end a little bit. And if we can move it successfully 3 inches, then we will be successful. You're gonna have to make a little run, like try to jerk it, give a little slack, and then. Oh, I think it is. It was a little bit better that time. It looked like it was about to. Yeah, we're back. We're clear. Yeah, it moved like a ½ inch. Yeah. Don't bother burning out. When it hits, it moves like a ½ inch. So just hit it and then back up and then hit it.
Look how much space we opened up.
Yep, you jerked it. Probably got 2 inches out of it total.
All right, let's do it one more time and then see if we can.
This motherfucker's going in there. It's fucking in. Can't believe it, but it's in. Kinda. Straighten it out in the morning or afternoon when I get back from work. I'm gonna go take a nap. I get up at 3 a.m. It's about 10:30. Whew. Oh man, finally. Good night, YouTube. I will catch you on the next episode.